You need to get real with yourself and understand that your content sucks. And as someone who's been in this space for 10 years now, I can tell you that the biggest lie that someone tells themselves is the algorithm sucks, man. It's the algorithm's fault. The algorithm keeps changing, and every time I try to do the content, I get shadow banned or my views don't get put in the way. And look, I have followers who really follow me and want to watch my videos, but even they're complaining that they don't see my videos. Well, I want to just put one small thing in perspective into the statistics if you really take into account how many people are posting every single day. And even the biggest AI in the world cannot really perfectly manage all those videos, especially when you think like right this second, videos and videos and videos are being posted, not just videos in the tens or the hundreds or the thousands. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of videos. There are nearly 1 billion, if not more, like this was a recent statistic, maybe from early 2023, almost 1 billion videos are viewed per day on TikTok, right? There are 50 million YouTube channels. There are more than 1 billion monthly active users on TikTok, and 83% of them have posted a video. So I want you to take into perspective the numbers, because we as humans, we don't understand, right? We say we know what billions are, but the reality is billions is a lot of people. Like if you take 1,000 people and just look at them from like the top of a rooftop, 1,000 people is a lot. Okay, so I want you to sit down with yourself and understand that, right, if your content is doing bad or if your views have fallen, I want you to look at your content from the perspective of another creator, from the perspective of a brand, from the perspective of a follower who likes you, and from the perspective of a follower who doesn't even know you and may not even like you. When you look at your content that way, you're going to start to understand that there are things that you could be doing better. Because the question I want to ask you, if you tell me that the algorithm is the reason that your account is not working, the question I will ask you, is your content perfect? And you will not answer me yes, because, no one's content is perfect, no one's content is the best. But let's say you decided to answer me yes. Is your content being posted at the absolute perfect time that it's supposed to be posted? And is it being distributed in the way that it should be distributed? If 1 millisecond can change the course of how your TikTok is viewed, right? Let's say you decided to post now, but then you actually delayed it by 10 minutes. That actually makes a huge difference, but we don't really know what difference that makes. It's just like genuinely, at any, like, time is just arbitrary. But like once, I don't know, I got a lollipop from the grocery store. This is a random ass story. I got a lollipop from the grocery store, but I was like contemplating, should I get one or not? Now I ended up getting that lollipop, and I actually was sucking on that lollipop. I was sucking on that lollipop outside the store for 10 minutes, and then I walked to a place and I met a person who ended up changing my life. Now, had I not done that and gone directly home through another pathway, that wouldn't have happened. So we don't pick the times that we want to because we know what's going to happen. It's completely arbitrary, but sometimes random things can happen. And how does that affect your content? Well, that affects your content because these random things can make or break your content. But the reality is you have no say in them. You don't know what the effect of delaying your post by 10 minutes is. You say you do. You say like, oh, it's a time zone, like they're just waking up right there or they're just getting out of work. But the reality is you don't know the habits of 1 million people living in Trinidad and Tobago. You don't know the habits of 575,000 people who finish work at 8 p.m. in Gambia. You don't know that. So trying to kind of go around that and find the perfect time, it's not really going to work. So that's why I say, even if you say yes, you can't find the perfect scenario or environment for your content to be posted in. And if you can't find that perfect content or scenario, it's too hard to do, right? You forget about it, right? The way I think about it is anything not in my control, forget about it. But anything that is so crazily, like it's not even possible, humanly possible for me to even process this idea that I'm trying to get at, I don't even thinking about, like, it's completely gone. Right? That's the reality. Because when you realize that you can change things that are in your hands, and those can affect your views, those can affect your followers, those can affect the way that people like you, you'll really start to understand not just the first blip, not just breaking past that first blip and being like, okay, I solved that problem. You just immediately become better at solving all the problems that you will face in the future. You face another blip where, you've got tens of millions of views and then you started to teeter down. Your followers aren't loyal anymore. People find you boring, right? Now you know because you've solved such a big problem, right? With absolutely no help, right? You put yourself on the spot, you've solved that problem, and now you're going to the next level. You will thus become a better content creator. So stop blaming the algorithm. Look at yourself, right? I'm not trying to say it in a bad way. None of us are perfect, but the best way for you to improve is to actually look at yourself. I've been with you, Karalis from the Content Zone, built an audience of over 1 million over the last 10 years on social media in different languages. We're talking English, Arabic, Spanish, and hopefully soon Portuguese. I want to show you guys the whole story of my content, but I'm just trying to build a bit of a follower base here and see where we go from there. Subscribe, join me on this journey as we make the world better for content creators, not just in trying to find out how to get the best views and likes, but how can we live better as content creators? How can we produce better as content creators? How can we face a lot of the issues that we face as content creators? That's my timer going. I need to get the food out of the oven.